Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon News. With the World Championships just a week away at this point, it's time to go over some of the pre-Worlds news and maybe speculate a little bit about what's going to happen afterwards. So let's get started. First of all, we'll talk a little bit about Pokemon Scarlet, where we have two new events starting tonight. Last night. The first being the return of the Shiny Gimmighoul raid. Gimmighoul is going to be appearing in level 1 through level 5 star raids. However, you can only get the shiny Gimmighoul in the 5-star raid. You're going to have until August 22nd to get this Gimmighoul, but Gimmighoul is going to have the standard raid shiny odds, which are actually worse than the 1 in 4092 rate that you get in the base and the overworld. So it's going to be really hard to find this thing. This is the only way to get this Gimmighoul, though, so if you're really dedicated to getting it, this is your shot. You might have to cycle through a lot of raids to find it, and do be careful looking on different Discord groups. Make sure that you're finding one that is legit, so it does not break your Pokemon Home access. The other big event happening up until the 22nd are the 3 Pokemon that will be in Outbreak events during Gimmighoul's stay in Paldea. In Paldea, Wattrel will be available and have a 1 in 200 shiny rate. In Kitakami, Riolu will be available and have a 1 in 200 shiny rate. And Comfey will be in the Blueberry Academy with a 1 in 200 shiny rate. Now, if you're looking to drop that rate a little bit more, here is the shiny sandwich recipe that can drop your odds below that 1 in 200 rating. You're going to want to use a cucumber and a pickle, and then 3 servings of one of these ingredients based on the type of Pokemon. So for Wattrel, you would need either yellow pepper for electric or prosciutto for flying. For Riolu, you would want to use 3 more pickles. And then for Comfey, you'd want to use tomato. Remember, you do need Herba Mystica to make this happen, so hopefully you've been getting some from the different Mightiest Mark raids that have come out recently so that you can start shiny hunting these Pokemon. Some of them don't go well together. You might want to screenshot this. You could also Google this image. It comes up if you Google shiny sandwich recipe. This image is readily available online. Now let's move on to Pokemon Sleep, with 2 new events being given a time frame. The first is Water Week. Just like for Entei and Raikou, there is going to be a week dedicated to the Pokemon of Suicune's type Water. Water Pokemon will be more available and hungry during this week, no matter where you choose to sleep. However, Greengrass Isle and Cyan Beach are going to be the one with the most water Pokemon available to you, so you're going to want to pick one of those 2. I've been doing all of my events on Greengrass Isle because that's the furthest I've used. It's the one I've slept on the most, so I get the most benefits from that island. But Cyan Beach is another option there as well. Speaking of Suicune, Suicune will be coming, but not until September. So you're going to have to wait until next month before you can get Suicune in your team. Make sure to power up your water Pokemon as much as possible before the event. I've had my water Pokemon in literally since Entei left, so I've been using them constantly to try to level them up as much as possible. I also recommend getting a Master Biscuit and a good camping ticket. That's going to increase the benefits you get during the event, and a Master Biscuit will automatically recruit Suicune, so you can guarantee yourself 1 without having to worry about getting the incenses. Now let's move on to the speculative part of this video. The Pokemon World Championships are next weekend in Honolulu, and as they've done in the past, there's usually some sort of announcement, either at the very beginning of the World Championships or at the very end, about the future of Pokemon. So let's talk a little bit about what those could be. First of all, the thing that I think most people want to know about is more news about Pokemon ZA. We could finally learn some more information about this at the World Championships with a trailer or a demonstration or something. Things we could learn, potentially the starters in the game, a new Mega form that might appear in the game, or maybe even a new regional form that'll appear in Kalos in the past or the future. We don't know yet, but I think it's the past. So those are some options. There's all sorts of other information that we could potentially learn. We could see an ancestor or a protege, whatever. There's lots of things they could introduce to us about this game in a small presentation at Worlds. There's also a very small chance that we get something to tide us over until ZA releases in 2025 with a small update to Scarlet and Violet. It'd be pretty easy, I think, for them to add a small adventure at the Blueberry Academy or update some post-game battle options, adding like a battle tower sort of thing or some sort of other way for us to stay involved other than just the raid events and the outbreak events. Do I think that's going to happen? No, but it's possible. So we'll talk about it. We also might finally hear something from Pokemon Works, which is a collaboration between the Pokemon Company and ILCA, which is the studio that brought us Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, as well as helped Pokemon make Pokemon Home. They've been working on projects in secret, not really telling us what they're doing for the past couple of years, as Pokemon did announce that they are going to be working with them in tandem to make more apps and games. So it's possible that they're creating a new mobile game that we might be able to see at Worlds, or they'll announce a new remake game, potentially a black and white remake to go along with the ZA game, just like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl went along with Legends Arceus. It's also a possibility that they're going to release the Game Boy games on the Switch. Um, there has not been an indication they're going to do that, but it's something that I think a lot of fans really want / would shell the money out for. One of the prevailing theories is that they'll create a new app for this on the Switch, and we'd have to then pay for access, a way for them to make some money, but then we'd get access to all of these games that we could then play, and then they could even be integrated into Pokemon Home, so we could get Pokemon from these games into that thing, basically unifying the Pokemon world once again, especially now that Pokemon Bank is no longer active. And then finally, the most likely thing we're going to hear about is the Pokemon Pocket app. Pokemon Pocket was announced at the Live last year, and it's going to be a new mobile app with a trading card game that's actually created by the Pokemon Company International, the ones who release the Pokemon cards. It's thought that this new mobile game will be released before 2025, so it would be kind of nice to get some more information about the game, maybe reveal some more cards, maybe a little bit more information about how the battle mechanic in this game will be a little different, because they did say the battles would be more speedy compared to the more standard 6-prize set. It's just interesting to find out what it is they're planning for this app, and this would be a great time for them to announce it since they do have a competition in Pokemon cards at this event, so more information about this app would be relevant. Either way, lots of new stuff is happening in the Pokemon world, and more will happen after that. So subscribe, hit that bell, and we'll see you next time when there's more Pokemon news to get you updated on. Thanks for coming, trainers. We'll see you again soon.